Mabuhay and good afternoon, everyone. Before I get started, I'd like to express my thanks to Crystal and the rest of the team for arranging this space for us to connect and to share today. I would also like to give a huge shout out to all of our FYLPRO and Tayo Help Desk fellows for all the work that you've done for our community. Allow me to share my screen so I can show you my presentation. Can everybody see this? All right. So today, we're talking about how you may be able to leverage your non work experience to find a job. This would include such things as your volunteer roles, your internships, your AAPI leadership positions, and other community organizing experiences. A little bit about me. My name is Frederick Allen Docdossel. You all can call me Kuya Fred. By profession, I am the Mabuhay Branch and Business Development Coordinator at Mabuhay Credit Union, which I'm proud to say is among the very first full service financial institutions specifically serving the Filipino American and greater community out of the South Bay, Los Angeles area. I've had about 20 years background as a community organizer and leader, and also have about 12 years experience in the staffing and recruiting industry as well. I am based in the city of Carson, California, which is in Los Angeles County. Personally, I've been with my wife, Junan, for the last 17 years and have three beautiful children together. My oldest, Faith Ann, is 15 and is a freshman at the California Academy of Math and Sciences. She was also my tech support in creating this presentation. My boy, Jedrick Allen, is 11 and is in fifth grade at St. Philomena School, and we reset a little bit, so our youngest, Francesca Ann, is 3 years old. These photos were taken when we went on a recent spring break trip to beautiful Central California a couple weeks ago, just to get away from LA for a bit. I was born and raised in the Philippines, in a city called Cagayan de Oro City, which is in northern Mindanao. I'm the oldest of the six children of Jose Emanuel Docdossel Jr., a civil engineer and building contractor, and Luz Escobarta Docdossel, a nurse. After graduating from high school at 16, mind you, we didn't have 7th and 8th grade back then, I attended the University of the Philippines. I had actually earned a full ride college scholarship through the Department of Science and Technology, but looking back on it now, I don't think I appreciated that enough back then. I migrated to the US when I was 18. I came with my father in November 97, and the rest of my family followed shortly thereafter. This was me as an 18-year-old whippersnapper, and I can tell you I had no clue what Fredericks of Hollywood was prior to taking this photo. I attended El Camino College, where I became the president of the Alpha Gamma Sigma Scholastic Honor Society and graduated with my associate's degree. At the same time, I was also working part time, first at Chick-fil-A and later on at In-N-Out Burgers. I actually had a hilarious experience when I first applied at Chick-fil-A about a month after arriving to the States. The owner of the franchise, along with the manager and about 75% of the staff, were all Filipino. So, to my young, naive, newly immigrated 18-year-old mind, I thought Chick-fil-A meant chicken Filipino American. It was also during this time when I started volunteering as a coach for my kid brothers' teams. I then attended the University of California in Irvine, and at UCI, I was a member of the PhilAm Student Org Alianza ng Mga Kababayan, more commonly known as CABA at UCI. This is the org that CABA Modern came out of, so zot zot zot. It was from UCI that I graduated with my bachelor's degree in English, which I selected because as a jack of all trades, I felt that it would be relevant practically anywhere and wouldn't pigeonhole me to a specific career in the future. After college, I spent about 12 years in the staffing and recruiting industry. I know this looks like a lot of job hopping, but CRI was acquired by Manpower, and Experis is a division of Manpower. Then, after just about 4 years at Maxim, I was recruited to work for a former coworker of mine who had become a VP at RCM. Now, over the course of these 12 years, I recruited for a wide variety of positions, which you can see on this list here. My proudest accomplishment during my recruiting career was earning my way into Maxim's Winner's Circle, which was rewarded with a 1 week, all expenses paid incentive trip to Fort Lauderdale, Florida for my wife and I. Now, it obviously wasn't all work and no play during this time. I obviously found a lot of time for fun and activities, while at the same time staying connected to my family and my Filipino culture. My community volunteer efforts was spurred in large part in response to calamities and natural disasters in the Philippines. I was more than happy to do my part of the Bayan spirit by helping to mobilize the Philam community with donation drives so that we can send much needed donations to the Philippines. Among my very earliest community leadership roles was with my regional organization for my kababayans from Cagayan de Oro City, called Cagayanons of Southern California, which I am currently serving as the vice president of. After graduating from UC Irvine, a handful of Kaba UCI alumni founded Bakiwai.com, and this turned to be an amazing catalyst for my extensive community involvement within the Philam world, not just in LA, but across the country. Bakiwai.com is an online platform that aimed to gather and to represent the diverse, multi generational, and multicultural Filipino American community. Through Bakiwai.com, I got an incredible opportunity to meet so many extraordinary and interesting people, the vast majority of whom are Filipino or Philam. Let me know if you know any of these individuals. That's Dave Bautista, wrestler and actor, commonly known as Drax. This is AJ Raphael, YouTuber and singer. That's the comedian Joe Coy. Everybody knows him. It's Apple the App from the Black Eyed Peas. This is Dr. Kevin Nadal. That's the chairman, Mark Dacascos. This is Hollywood cinematographer, Matthew Libatique. And everybody knows Manny Pacquiao, right? So it was my community work with Bakiwai.com that got me invited to become among the founding directors of the Philam Chamber of Commerce of South Bay, Los Angeles area. FACCSLAA aims to empower the Filipino American entrepreneur, business owner, and professional. I had the opportunity to serve the chamber in various capacities over the years, including serving as a president back in 2017. Not only did the Philam Chamber of Commerce provide me with various opportunities over the years, it actually got me my current professional position. It has allowed me to serve the national umbrella organization, the Federation of Philam Chambers of Commerce, as a VP of Government Affairs back in 2017. I've been quite active in helping lead community events here in the city of Carson, a very diverse city that has been designated as an all-American city. Roughly 27% of our about 100,000 population here are of AAPI descent, the vast majority of which are Filipino. As a matter of fact, I'm proud to say that Carson has officially proclaimed June 12th to be Philippine Independence Day, July 4th to be Philippine American Friendship Day, the entire month of October as Filipino American History Month, October 25th as Larry Itliong Day, and December 30th as Dr. Jose Rizal Day. I've been fortunate to have been appointed as a Public Relations Commissioner for the city. I have also been quite active in our local parish here in Carson, called St. Philomena Parish. We fondly call it St. Philipina because so many of our parishioners, including our current and last two parish priests, are Filipinos. My wife and I are also involved with Couples for Christ community, wherein I'm serving as a household head and a speaker. It was actually the CFC network that got me my previous position prior to my current one. While I hadn't personally told her that I was in the market for a new role after leaving the recruiting world, one of our leaders from CFC told me that her company was looking for a general manager to run their retail shop. This was Tonerland, which deals with toners, inks, and other printing supplies. Despite my protest that I didn't have any kind of general management experience, she told me to just give her my resume and she'll forward it over along with her recommendation to the owner, who lived in New York. She initially told me about that position after a Sunday Mass. I gave her my resume that Tuesday. The owner called me on Wednesday to schedule an interview on Friday, and afterwards called me that Saturday not only to offer me the position, but to ask me to start that following Monday. That timeline was mind blowing, to say the least. Now, for the past 6 years now, I've been actively involved with the Philippine Independence Day Foundation as a Board of Trustees member, currently serving this year as a PIDF president. I've had the wonderful opportunity to help organize and to host the largest celebration of Philippine independence in Los Angeles. We've partnered with both ABS-CBN, the Filipino channel, and GMA to bring artistas to headline our events here. Let me know if you know any of these folks. That's the Philharmonics and Inigo Pascual. This is Jonalyn Veray and Sam Milby. That's Ding Dong Dantes and Marian Rivera. This is Miss World, Megan Young. And this is one half of Aldub, Alden Richard. When I say that PIDF hosts the largest celebration of Philippine Independence Day, I'm not kidding. We've been averaging about 12 to 15,000 attendees during our annual full-day festival here in the city of Carson. Now, another opportunity that kind of fell on my lap was this associate producer position with Spotlight TV. This came about when the pandemic started last year, and we had to transition all of our networking events and activities to a virtual platform for physical distancing. This show airs on the local TV station in LA, channel LA 18, on Fridays from 5:30 to 6:30 p.m., while also being simulcast online on both Facebook and YouTube. Now, as I mentioned, my son attends St. Philomena, St. Filipina. So I've also been very active in coaching his basketball teams the last 2 years. And yes, those nuns, those sisters are 6 feet tall. Through my involvement with the Philam Chamber of Commerce and now with FYLPRO, I am serving the Coalition of Philam the Coalition of Philam Chambers of Commerce, or COFAC, as an executive board member. I've also been very active in ensuring that our community gets counted accurately during last year's Census 2020 by getting involved with NAFA. And I'm sure that you're all aware about the added challenges that our AAPI community have been facing. And I personally am again quite active in doing what I can to serve our community. This is the panel that FYLPRO co-hosted with the Philippine Department of Foreign Affairs and GMA. This is an event in Artesia that was co-hosted by the City of Artesia Mayor Pro Tem Melissa Romoso and Cerritos Councilman Frank Aurelio Yokoyama. And these are from an event that my group, the Alliance Against Asian Hate, hosted in Carson, which was attended by Senator Bradford, Assemblymember Gibson, Sheriff Captain Jones, and the entire Carson City Council. I have been fortunate enough that my passion to serve our community, particularly the Philam community, has actually earned me a couple of distinguished honors and recognitions. I have been blessed with the Outstanding Filipino Award, or the top award, for Outstanding Community Service, and have been included in the 100 Outstanding Filipino Americans in the USA recognition by the Philippine Children's Charities, Inc. This has also led to the honor of being a trusted community contact by the Philippine Consulate General of Los Angeles, in addition to having been selected as a delegate of FYLPRO. So I am definitely grateful. Now, it's my current position, right, with Mabuhay Credit Union. This is a division of Nikkei Credit Union, and it's actually also thanks in part to the networking opportunities brought about by the Philippine American Chamber of Commerce. While I actively wasn't looking for opportunities at the time when I was serving FACCSLA as a chamber president, it just so happened that the executives of Nikkei Credit Union, a 60-plus-year-old company that was initially founded to serve the Japanese American community here in the South Bay, decided to expand and to open a new division specifically for the Filipino community. The president, John, and the two VPs, Conrad and Jay, who just so happened to be all Filipinos, joined the Philam Chamber of Commerce and started talking to me. Initially, I was assuming that they were looking for referrals for someone to manage Mabuhay Credit Union. It was only until after John told me in no uncertain terms that they had identified me as their prospective branch manager that I realized that I, the former recruiter, was getting recruited. Once again, I initially resisted because I didn't have any background in financial services. They reassured me that the 9 to 5 aspects of the job can be taught, but they wanted me for the other skills that I've brought to the table, skills that I've learned and honed from years of community organizing and volunteering. There's no other way to describe this to say that my career path thus far has truly been a blessing. I'm so fortunate that my passion and my professional career have converged the way that it has. And I'm extremely grateful to have the opportunity to actually be able to make a living for my family by serving our community in such a meaningful way. Through Mabuhay Credit Union, not only have I been able to help our fellow PhilAms with their financial services needs through our deposit accounts and loan products, it has also allowed me to do much more for our kababayans. I've conducted financial literacy workshops for professionals and students, all the way from college students, high school students, and even middle school kids. I've had the opportunity to support and to attend many, many community events and to donate different things to a lot of folks, which includes Christmas toys to children through the sheriff station, essentials to homeless college students, and in the midst of a global pandemic, the gift of delicious Filipino food to medical frontliners. My name again is Kuya Fred. I am a community leader based in Carson, California. I am active on social media under Fred Doc Dossel and also manage these other accounts as well. Salamat once again for the space. Stay safe, everyone, and mabuhay.